a six-figure payout, a paid MBA, and one woman whose name has never been made public. That secrecy is now becoming the most disturbing clue in the entire UEFA scandal. So why has the identity of the woman at the center of it all remained hidden for so long? Let's find out. Gianni Infantino is fighting for his political survival. UEFA is already openly challenging his leadership. European football is searching for an alternative candidate for the FIFA presidency. Now, another scandal has exploded from Infantino's own UEFA past. This one is far more personal. The woman at the center of it entered UEFA as a junior employee. Infantino eventually became UEFA General Secretary, one of the most powerful positions in European football. The Daily Telegraph alleges that the two became involved in an affair. FIFA strongly denies it and calls the allegations categorically untrue and defamatory. But the six-figure payout is only the first red flag. According to the Telegraph, Infantino's alleged mistress was promoted into a management position. Her salary reportedly jumped by around 30% to roughly 160,000 Swiss francs. Suddenly, a junior employee was moving upward while allegedly having a relationship with one of UEFA's most powerful executives. FIFA disputes the allegations surrounding that relationship. And this is where the story gets dirty. What if her rise had absolutely nothing to do with Infantino? She could have deserved every promotion she received. Her work could have justified every extra franc. But what if the alleged affair really happened? Did Infantino's position give him influence over her career? Could proximity to the General Secretary have opened doors that would otherwise have remained closed? Could a promotion and a 30% salary increase have created dependence on the man sitting above her inside UEFA? There is currently no proof that Infantino exchanged career advantages for a relationship. But the real bombshell comes when she walks away. UEFA has confirmed that the woman received a departure payment. The Telegraph reports that it reached 6 figures. UEFA also confirms that it funded an MBA course for her at a local business school. UEFA says the arrangements followed the staff regulations that existed at the time. Those regulations have since been tightened. The money exists. The MBA exists. The alleged mistress exists as the unnamed woman at the center of the reporting, and her identity remains hidden. At that point, coincidence becomes a very uncomfortable word. A promotion, a reported 30% pay rise, a 6-figure departure package, an MBA paid by UEFA. Each item can potentially have an innocent explanation, but even all that money may not be the most valuable part of this story. Her name never became public. The reporting does not identify her. She has not appeared publicly to explain what happened. There is no public interview in which she addresses the alleged affair. There is no public account from her explaining the promotion, the departure payment, or the MBA. And there is currently no evidence establishing that keeping her identity secret was formally part of her departure agreement. But what if it was? What if privacy itself had value? What if walking away anonymously protected her from a massive football scandal? Then comes the far more dangerous possibility. What if that same anonymity protected Infantino? Because the moment her identity becomes public, the entire situation changes. Journalists could approach her. Television networks could request interviews. Her career at UEFA could receive far greater scrutiny. She could be asked directly about Infantino. She could explain how their relationship really worked. She could explain the promotion. She could explain the money. She could explain why UEFA paid for the MBA. Maybe she would destroy the allegations immediately. Maybe she would say nothing happened. Maybe FIFA's denial would be completely vindicated. But what if she says something else? One interview could reopen everything. One statement could turn an old allegation into a fresh crisis. And what if that is exactly why her anonymity mattered so much? Before we continue, subscribe to the World Cup Whistleblower, because the biggest threat to Infantino may now be sitting completely outside public view. And if that changes, this scandal could explode overnight. The Telegraph has also reported that then UEFA President Michel Platini became aware of the alleged relationship and confronted Infantino. The report claims the woman eventually left UEFA. FIFA rejects the underlying affair allegation and says no employee at UEFA or FIFA ever raised a complaint about Infantino's behavior. UEFA confirming the money changes everything. The six-figure payment could have been legitimate compensation. UEFA says it complied with the rules. The NBA could have been a permitted employment benefit. But what if the financial package achieved something else at the same time? What if it helped a dangerous internal problem disappear quietly? What if anonymity made that departure far more valuable? What if the most important protection was something nobody could see on a bank statement? There is no public evidence proving that UEFA purchased her silence. There is also no public evidence proving Infantino arranged the payment to save himself. The theory becomes explosive because the woman remains inaccessible to the public. Her version is missing. And Infantino suddenly has far more to lose than he did when all of this allegedly happened. His World Cup investment crisis has already ripped apart relationships at the top of football. Infantino proposed FIFA Forward Enterprise, a spin-off valued at around $20 billion. The plan sought roughly $4.2 billion from private investors and would have controlled major commercial and tournament operations. UEFA, CONCACAF, and the Asian Football Confederation opposed it. UEFA's 55 associations agreed to boycott FIFA events while the proposal remained active. Infantino eventually withdrew the plan. Then UEFA went for the throat. Its lawyers warned FIFA to preserve documents and electronic communications because legal proceedings were being considered. UEFA also signaled that it wanted Infantino's presidency brought to an end. The Swedish Federation confirmed that European football was actively searching for an alternative presidential candidate. And now the Telegraph reports that leading figures at UEFA want Infantino's entire UEFA career examined, following the revelations surrounding his alleged mistress. Now this scandal is no longer buried in the past. FIFA knows how dangerous the political environment has become. Its response has been ferocious. FIFA says there is a concerted and ongoing effort to undermine the organization and its president. It accuses critics of attempting to damage Infantino through allegations and misinformation rather than FIFA's democratic processes. But one enormous unknown remains: the woman. What happens if somebody finally puts a name to Infantino's alleged mistress? What happens if she talks? What happens if journalists finally hear her version of the promotion, the alleged affair, the six-figure payout, and the NBA? Perhaps she clears Infantino. Or perhaps the story gets much worse. Infantino still holds the FIFA presidency today. He has not formally been removed. But UEFA is already searching for the man who could replace him. And another investigation into his past could add fuel to a campaign that barely existed weeks ago. The alleged affair is denied. The departure payment is confirmed. The NBA is confirmed. The reported promotion remains part of the allegations. Her identity remains outside public view. So was that secrecy simply protecting her privacy? Or was keeping Infantino's alleged mistress hidden the one thing that prevented this scandal from detonating years ago? Because if the woman behind this story ever steps into the light, Infantino may discover that the most dangerous evidence was never the money. It was the person who received it.